My name is Ian, and I help people take their mindset from a place of lack to a place of abundance. I'm back at the whiteboard. I've been having a lot of fun doing this. And basically, today we're going to talk about the cycles of success. And more importantly, the emotional cycles of success. Because ultimately, you're going to play this game. You're going to play the emotional game. Can you become emotional stable? That's probably one of the biggest things that I'm learning as I'm building my companies and as I'm building businesses and stuff, is that prosperous times in your life, when you are stable with whatever's thrown at you. I feel like in order for you to have financial success, you have to go through financial turmoil and learn how to deal with it properly and without necessarily having too much emotions involved. But ultimately, this will be the emotional cycle of success. But hopefully, with this video, I'm going to be able to share with you how you can actually get through this emotional cycle and end with success. And then you'll be able to carry this whole concept wherever you go, in whichever endeavor you deal with, and basically in any part of your life. So first of all, when it comes to you making a decision or making and building something, you have an idea, you want to start a business, you want to do all this stuff. Well, first, we need to break it up. So let's just say you get started. This line, this horizontal line is going to be time. Because that's basically what we're dealing with. Like, the most valuable currency in your life is your time. But if we're going to talk about the cycles of success, then we gotta show some depth. We gotta show some continuity, and that is going to be your emotions. Why do I say that? Because in order for you to have success, you got to go through the suck. And the suck is not easy, and it doesn't feel good, and your heart is going to feel really, really sad sometimes. But we all go through it. So you just have to know that there's people, millions of people out there that are probably in really similar circumstances than you that have gone through, and there's no doubt that you can't get through as well. So let's just say you have a new business that's been, given an idea given to you, or maybe you've just gotten business for yourself, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're in a new relationship. I don't know. But anyway, we all start at this phase one. Let's call it right here. And this is called the uninformed optimism. Uninformed. Basically, what that is basically you don't know jack, but you excited. You're freaking out. Your future is going to be so cool, and you are dreaming up a storm. Let's say it's a new relationship. You just can't wait to marry this person. You can't wait to spend the rest of your life with them. They make you feel so good. You're so excited. But on the other side of that, the uninformed, you don't know jack on how, that's going to play out. You don't know how, it is that you're going to build your business. You don't know how it is that you're going to, end up with this person, or whatever the case may be. But you is excited, and that is very important. Now, in every journey, we go from uninformed optimism to informed pessimism. What does that mean? Well, now you know what needs to be done. And now you're looking at it and you're like, holy shit, that's a lot of work. Wow. Is this a good idea? But no, you got to go back to, why you got started with it in the first place. What got you excited? And ultimately, you know what the work is going to, take. You know how much work it's going to take. And basically, it's kind of intimidating. And there's really nothing wrong with this, but we all go through this journey. It's like, I know when I first met my mentors, I was so excited. I was just like stupid excited. And then I was being taught how it is that they were able to build it, what I needed to do to build it. And I started to sink really, really deep into my soul that I don't know how to do any of that. That, what I once thought was going to be super easy, I got in the ballpark way harder than I thought. But that didn't stop me because I knew that I wanted to get here. I wanted to get to success. So what's happening now is once you get informed, and you might not be too excited about it, but you know the results that in which you got started in the first place can give, you can continue. And what happens is, this is kind of like a gradual, it's starting to drop really quick. Well, now your emotions are dropping really quick. And they're almost like all-time low. I think we all have hit this once or twice. It's called the Valley of Despair. Typically, this is when most people quit, man. This is when you're just like on your knees, you're praying, you don't even know if there's a God, you don't even know who you are, you don't even know how you're feeling, but obviously it's not good, and you're confused, you're hurt, you're just uneasy. I don't know how to describe it other than you is in the valley of despair. You are just desperate for answers. And quite frankly, we all don't want to be there, but we've all been there. And what happens is most people, they end up going like this, and they get started with a new idea, they go down, they hit the valley of despair, and they quit. So their emotions get all better, and they go right back up. And then the same things. They find a new girl, and they're so excited about it. They go down the same rabbit hole, find out that she's not who he thought she was. Bam, breaks up with her all the way back. And this cycle just goes around on and on and on and on. Quite frankly, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be here that often. So I want to make sure that when I do get there, that it counts. And that I can push through and I actually can get to a place we like to call informed optimism. Now, what informed optimism is, alright, so you know the work that is needed and required for you to get what you want. But because of this, you know that it takes a lot of work. You're informed of the work needed and required to get to this success, whatever that is. But now that you've gone through the valley of despair, your values have changed. You have changed. The way that you look at the world has changed. Your association has probably changed. The things that make you happy have probably developed and grown stronger. Your why is probably stronger. If you got past this valley of despair, I can guarantee you that your why is more vivid. Your goals and your aspiration, your purpose have been developed because you, like majority of people, didn't quit. You finally got to a point where your emotions are getting better because you know who you are, you know what you're in, and you're excited about the fruits of the labor in which you will create. Now, you got to realize that, like I said, that basically I'm not doing too good of a job, but basically you went through a lot of shit just to get back to where you were at. And or I guess like, no, wait. Oh, I messed this up. I messed this up real good. I was right the first time. Alright, so basically, oh, I messed this up. It's not really pretty anymore. But focus on this line. So once you're at informed pessimism, you basically are starting to realize that it's not going to get better anytime soon. And quite frankly, like, it's very dangerous to be in this zone. But once you hit this is a threshold right here. If you can get to the informed optimism and stay in that, this threshold right here, this is right before success. So if we can be uninformed yet really excited, develop and understand what it is that we're going to do, we might not be too excited about the work, but we do know that there is something at the ends to our means. And if we're willing and we're strong enough, if we're warriors and go through the valley of despair, and we finally get to a point where our values are aligned with our actions and we're informed with our optimism, if we break through this threshold, that's where success lies. And we all want to go through that. We all want to get here. But are we willing to go through it? Are we willing to change everything? Go through our emotions. See, the emotions on this side, completely different than these emotions. Because this is a development. Your emotions are an amazing gateway, and they can be amazing tools. But if they're not working in your favor, they'll dictate and just ruin your life. See, what happens here is on this side of this spectrum, of this bell curve, you've basically made decisions based off your emotions. Where on this side, as you break through this threshold, you start making decisions based off your values and your principles. And therefore, you become optimistic about the work, because you realize that it's not about how you feel. It's about the values and the principles that you've set, so you can get what you want. And that's where success lies, is doing what is right, doing what your values and principles align with, and becoming the best version of yourself. And I believe that if you can go through this multiple times, hopefully not more than you need to, that it will develop you in the right person into this just badass, kick-ass, taking names, just working life, just doing everything you wish you were doing, and becoming the version of yourself you've always dreamt of, and becoming the person that you've wanted to be your whole life. If you're willing to go through this, I can guarantee you will get there one day. So if you guys have any questions, hopefully this video was a higher quality video than the one I had last. Hopefully this was educational. Hopefully you didn't get too confused. I did mess up once or twice, but thank you guys so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, and we'll catch you later. Namaste.